Hey friend, welcome to my channel karinealourde, where we deep dive and break down the most iconic stars in history. If you're not yet subscribed, please be sure to do so and turn your notifications on so you never miss an upload. Now let's get into this video. So Gen Z has been losing their minds over Jennifer Connelly. After the success of Tom Cruise's Top Gun, many of Gen Zers went to dig up who Jennifer Connelly was. They figured out, oh my goodness, she was a bombshell. She was gorgeous. But many people were surprised to know just how pretty and beautiful she was in the 90s and 80s. She's a gorgeous woman. I love her eyebrows, but she also lives a very private life. She is one of the true definitions of moving in silence. She's been in the industry for so long, for decades actually, and still hasn't managed to garner up any kind of scandal that you'll find to tarnish her name or anything like that. She's been pretty squeaky clean. You can scour the internet looking for things you won't. The occasional, speaking about her experiences with working with other stars that weren't too pleasant. That's about it. For the most of it, she's just very low-key and the epitome of moving in silence. For you guys who don't know much about her, we're going to get into some of her accomplishments as well as her beauty secrets and fitness secrets, because I mean, look at her, right? You guys want to know, I'm sure. Then we're going to get into her relationships and just where is she now? What is she doing? So Jennifer Connelly is an Academy Award winning actress who has been captivating audiences for over 35 years. That's a long time, right? With her outstanding performances in film and television. She began her career as a child model at age 10, appearing in print ads for some of the world's most prestigious fashion brands. After modeling for several years, she made her big screen debut in Sergio Leone's 1984 crime film, Once Upon a Time in America. Since then, she has gone on to star in numerous films, such as Dark City, Requiem for a Dream, Hulk, Blood Diamond, and Noah. One of her most notable accomplishments is winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress in 2002 for her portrayal of Alicia Nash, opposite Russell Crowe in Ron Howard's biopic, A Beautiful Mind. She also received critical acclaim for her leading roles in House of Sand and Fog and Little Children. Her long list of accolades also include 5 Golden Globe nominations, 2 National Board of Review Awards, 3 BAFTA Awards, and the Independent Spirit Award. Aside from film acting, Jennifer Connelly has also appeared on Broadway plays such as The Speed of Darkness and The Three Sisters. Additionally, she has lent her voice to multiple animations, including 9, The Spiderwick Chronicles, and The Rocketeer. Throughout that time, she has established herself as one of Hollywood's finest actresses who continues to enthrall audiences around the world with each performance. She has appeared in Revlon and Balenciaga ads, among others, and has also modeled for Louis Vuitton. She has been named one of the most beautiful women in the world by numerous publications, including Time, Vanity Fair, and Esquire, and the Los Angeles Times. But most importantly, she is very philanthropic and loves to give back. Connelly was named Amnesty International's Ambassador for Human Rights Education on November 14, 2005. She was in an ad for charity Water that talked about the need of clean water around the world and asked for donations for drilling projects in Africa, India, and Central America. She took part in the Revlon 5K Run Walk for Women on May 2, 2009, and in May 2012, Connelly was named an ambassador for the Save the Children Fund, where her job is to fight for the rights of children in the U.S. and around the world. Talented Connelly is also fluent in several different languages, such as French and Italian. She also recorded 2 songs in Japanese, which I'm not going to play here for copyright reasons. These songs were called Monologue of Love and Message of Love. You guys can look them up on YouTube if you're interested. And they were recorded when Connelly was just 16. Amazingly, both songs became chart toppers in Japan, despite originally being recorded just for advertising purposes. Now, as far as her beauty secrets go, before we get into her childhood, let's get into beauty and how she stays in shape. She takes her beauty and fitness very seriously, saying, "I'm very much aligned with the philosophy of taking a holistic approach to health, well-being, and beauty. I try to do things that complement each other and work from the inside out. I eat well, exercise regularly, and live my life in a pretty balanced and healthy way. Taking care of your skin is definitely part of the approach," end quote. Now, as far as her eyebrows, I love her take on that. She says, I don't get my brows professionally done. I kind of just wrangle out the stray ones myself without doing too much. The only time that I ever had them trimmed was when I was filming A Beautiful Mind. Now, as far as her staying in shape, she said, I've been a vegan for a pretty long time, but I do eat fish on occasion depending on where I am and what's available. I like to run a few times a week and do yoga, which I've been doing for many years. My thought is that even if you only have a few minutes to get a run or your workout in, it helps to get your energy going and the blood flowing. Her favorite food is Pink Lady apples, saying she eats them about 3 times a day. And now, as far as her childhood goes, her mother Eileen, an antique dealer, and Gerald Connelly, a clothing manufacturer, had one child, Jennifer Lynn Connelly, and she was born to them on December 12, 1970 in Cairo, New York. Her Irish Catholic paternal grandfather was a staunch family man. Connelly's great-great-grandparents on her mother's side were all Ashkenazi Jewish immigrants from Poland and Russia, and her mother was Jewish and educated at a yeshiva. Near the Brooklyn Bridge in the neighborhood of Brooklyn Heights is where Connelly spent the majority of her childhood. There she attended St. Anne's, an elite private school for the arts. Because of her father's asthma, the family relocated to Woodstock, New York in 1979. Connelly enrolled back at St. Anne's School and moved back to Brooklyn Heights with her family 4 years later. A friend of her father's, who was an advertising executive, suggested Connelly try out for modeling when she was just 10 years old. She joined the Ford Modeling Agency after her parents sent a photo of her to the agency. Connelly first modeled for magazine spreads, then moved on to billboard and finally television. After dabbling in modeling, she told The Guardian she had no interest in acting. She was featured on several covers of the American teen magazine 17 in 1986 and 1988. For the Japanese market, she cut the pop songs Monologue of Love and The Message of Love, as we stated. When her mother began taking her to acting auditions at then 12 years old, Connelly was quickly selected for a supporting role as the aspiring dancer and actress Deborah Gelly in Sergio Leone's Jewish gangster epic Once Upon a Time in America. The following year, Connelly played the lead role in the coming-of-age film 7 Minutes in Heaven. Connelly stated in a retrospective interview, acting became my day-to-day routine before I even realized it. It was an unusual upbringing, especially considering who I am as a person. Her adolescence was spent as a kind of walking puppet, she said, because she was never left alone to process the increasing praise her career was receiving. Jennifer Connelly's career got off to an early and successful start, but she was also very unhappy because she started it so young. The actress looks back on her childhood with a critical eye. She told The Independent that even though she had a lot of steady work and worked hard, being a child star had good things and hard things about it. Connelly said that her life as a child actor wasn't very exciting and that her career was a bit stagnant. Connelly said that her younger self was emotionally underdeveloped and added, I didn't become a teenager until I was in my 20s. Connelly attended Yale University to study English literature after finishing high school in 1988. Jennifer Connelly works as an actress, but that doesn't mean she is naturally outgoing. But when she was younger, the actress spent a lot of time alone. She kept to herself when she was in college, but it wasn't always her choice. The actress told Vogue that she wanted to be a part of a community so much, but didn't know how. She spent all of her time on schoolwork instead of making friends and said she was pretty much a nerd. She has described herself as a conscientious student who wasn't really concerned with having a social life or sleeping or eating much. Even when I wasn't in class, she said, I spent most of my time in the law school library, which is open around the clock. End quote. Connelly studied for 2 years at Yale. Smart cookie, right? She went to Yale before deciding to transfer to Stanford University, another elite school, to continue her drama education. During her time there, she learned from coaches like Roy London, Howard Fine, and Harold Guskin. Connelly's parents strongly urged her to return to the film industry, so she dropped out of school and started working again the following year. But she never thought she would be an actress. She said it just kind of came to her. She thought she was going to work with animals and actually be a veterinarian. The rest was history, though. When she got back into the acting business, she went on to appear in at least 46 films. Now, as far as her relationships, Connelly and co-star Billy Campbell started dating when they were filming The Rocketeer. And although being engaged, they split up in 1996 after dating for 5 years. After that, Connelly dated photographer David Dungan, whom she had a son with in 1997. She married the actor Paul Bettany, whom she had met while working on the film A Beautiful Mind, and he always had a crush on her. They got married on January 1st, 2003 in a small family ceremony in Scotland. A son was born in 2003 and a daughter was born in 2011, and they are the parents of 2 kids. They moved to Brooklyn Heights after sharing a home in Tribeca. Now, Connelly is also frustrated at how women are viewed in the industry. She did speak about the Harvey W, YouTube don't like that name, saying that no woman should ever have to endure these type of things in order, to be famous. No one should have to go through that. And she stated that she had a frustration with how women are viewed in the industry, noting that the kinds of questions she get asked by journalists are very different from the kinds of questions her husband gets asked, right? She said no one ever asked Paul if it's tough juggling work and family, which is true. And she's been in the industry for so long and she still gets asked those type of questions because women are mostly the nurturers. They're always going to ask those questions. It's just throughout time, they carry the children, they're nurturers, they're always going to ask those, which is annoying if you don't want to really focus on that. You want to, especially someone as private as her. But also the beauty questions, there's so many articles about her hair care secret, what she does for her skin, what she eats. It's just so much. That's a lot of people are going to care about that because obviously, look at her. She's stunning, right? So we always want to know these things. Thank you to everyone that's been tagging me since Top Gun came out for her video. I love Jennifer Connelly. I love The Rocketeer. It's my favorite movie from her because of the aesthetics alone. I love just the hair, the fashion, and I love the storyline also. And she thought, fun fact, that movie was gonna be like her breakout role that made her super famous, but unfortunately it didn't do as well. But I can see it becoming like a cult classic, like Jennifer's Body, just because of the looks alone. This is all I have for you guys in this video. Comment below your favorite movies from Jennifer Connelly. Who else would you guys like me to do a breakdown for? If you like the music you're listening to in the background, the link is in the description. Support my brother. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time.